Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Family Law Assistance. My name's Michaela Wade, and I'm the founder of Family Law Assistance. Here, we help you represent yourself in court. We get you the results without the hefty price tag. Now, having said that, after nearly 15 years of doing this, I can tell you that we have seen every kind of case. We really have been there, seen it, and got the court order. Now, I know that there are a whole bunch of things that people can do in court that honestly end up arsing their own case up. And we've been there. We've walked out of court hearings and we've been the person that says, so which bit of don't say that was unclear in any way. So I've decided just to do a quick live for you today, jump on here and give you my top 4 tips on getting the best result in court. I'm going to do this in a reverse order. So, number 4, be organized. I cannot tell you the amount of people that go to court and they turn up to court in their Tesco carrier bag of life. They're pulling out dog-eared, coffee-stained court orders. They can barely read it, or they've got things that the court hasn't seen. It's just a mess. And people spend a lot of time faffing around. Now, to give this some perspective, if you think the amount of time that you're in court is so minimal that you really need to be on it like a car bonnet with your paperwork. So, and I say this, I have had somebody that say to me, yeah, I'm going to get my court order and my paperwork, which is in my bread bin. Or I remember somebody coming up and they had their chronology. I kid you not. When I say I've seen it all, like I'm not, it's not even melodramatic. I really have. Somebody came and they had a roll, literally a roll of wallpaper that they've written down their chronology. Some people have come to me with literally a suitcase of papers, and they're not in any kind of meaningful order. They've just shoved everything in the suitcase and gone, can you do that? But here's the thing about that. The minute people start doing that, you're effectively rocking up to court with your Tesco carrier bag of life and pretty much saying to the judge, God, it's a bloody mess, isn't it, Judge? You sort that out. Part of being organized is a mindset thing. Mindset here is key, which I know sounds a bit woo-woo, but it so is. If you are organized, then you come across organized. You come across determined. You come across like you're the person with the plan. And guess what? You are constantly selling the solution. So it really is in your best interests to be organized. Top tip number 3, my personal favorite. Shut the fuck up. Seriously, get off social media. Don't slag off the ex. Don't listen to people's ad hoc reckonings. I know everyone's got an opinion. Don't shoot yourself in the foot when it comes to court. Going into court, you are going to hear things that are unpleasant, untrue. And again, hey, I'm here to be the voice of perspective. This is what happens in every single court case. And a human instinct to hear something not very nice about you is to defend yourself. But by doing that, you're actually losing the focus. If you're there, for example, to talk about your child and your ex starts talking about what you potentially did or your potential failings as a human being, or something that happened maybe 5-10 years ago, well, you're losing focus. And by entertaining that, and by the way, the only person that would be entertaining that is the judge. This is not a conversation between you and the ex. If the judge feels it's relevant, the judge will say something. The judge will make directions in his order to have those things addressed. But 9 times out of 10, when we go to court, it is just the ex saying what they reckon. So be quiet. Shut the fuck up. The number of times that both me and my team have gone to court and kicked the person under the table to shut the fuck up is unreal. We spend a lot of our time doing that. So don't slag off the ex. Keep off social media. Social media, the number of times I've taken screenshots from social media and helped somebody put that in a bundle to show that what the ex's real feelings is about a parent, and vice versa. I've recently had somebody end up in a police cell over it. So don't do it, okay? Which leads me to my next point, number 2. Be whiter than white. It does not matter what your privacy settings are on Facebook or WhatsApp or social media. Somebody will always know somebody who will always know somebody. Be whiter than white. It doesn't mean to say, it doesn't matter if the ex has acted inappropriately. It doesn't matter. You, in your case, and let's be real, that's all we care about at the moment. You, in your case, you can do far more damage to your case than actually your ex can. But then the flip is true as well. You have far more power and cards in your hand than often you realize. So act whiter than white. Stick to the court order, okay? The amount of times that people say, well, I know there's a court order, but, could we perhaps either skip this weekend, or can we be more flexible with the times? Guys, if you were flexible and you agreed, you wouldn't be in court in the beginning. So stick to the court order and act whiter than white. And finally, tip number 1, have your support team. Now, whether it's somebody like us, whether it's actually us, and shameless plug, of course we would want you to use us. But in court, I say this to everybody, it does not matter who you have by your side, whether it's a family law specialist like us, whether it's a barrister, whether it's a solicitor, whether it's a charity worker, it does not matter. You have to feel that the person sitting beside you, physically or metaphorically in court, is on the same page. Now, of course, before court, make sure that they are the sanity check. Guess what, guys? You're not going to get anything more emotive than your children and your life. And yes, is it wrong and unfair that you have to go to somewhere adversarial like court to sort those matters out? Yes. Yes, it is. But we are where we are. So you need to have that support team right with you. In a courtroom, you should feel like you're there. You should feel like a team. You should feel like you're on the same page. The person next to you needs to be your sanity check. They need to tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. And more importantly, whoever you've got by your side has to be literally, sometimes, the arm around your shoulder. So with that, guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you found that useful. I'll probably be tuning in live to give you more tips and tricks about how you help your own case in court. Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Check you later.